It's Shay Seeking, and I'm back. I do apologize for so many interruptions, and now I'm all over the place, but I guess I'm just the hottest ticket in this house for some reason today. So I know y'all can tell I'm a little frustrated, but it just, you know what I'm saying? I'm just doing this. It's already hard enough, and I just, I'm losing everything. So I'm going to try to just stay on track. Okay? When we're talking about primitive stock, of an original cause of a thing from which something is derived, not secondary, a sense now associated with primary, very first, original, 14th century, and directly from Latin primitivus, first or earliest of a kind. Okay, from primitus, at first or first. Okay, meaning of or belonging to the first age. Now, again, I'm sticking with Aborigine because it's getting us closest to the line. Okay, but at no way, shape, and form am I saying that this is it, and I know that that's what we were called, because I don't. But this is the first. But then I always have to say, because for so long they've tricked us into thinking Genesis was about the creation of everything, the beginning of everything for everyone. When I now think that Genesis is the beginning of their terror on the earth. It's the beginning of their reign or rule or control or firmament or construct that's been set up upon the free earth. Do you get my drift? Okay. So when they're saying primitive, I like to ride it on the fence here, because it does say the first, the earliest of a kind. But then if we're talking about of a kind, is it mankind? And we're just reading here about mankind. Okay, so again, I'm trying to, we find out something new on this channel every day, I feel like. And this is why I don't like to lay anything in stone. Okay. And I'm the one that will come back and tell you if I think that I have misled or I'm going back on something that I said. Okay. Because it's not about me. It's about us finding out something, more of the truth. Okay. Oh, wow. And this is another thing here. They have a lot of those images kind of similar to the one I was just showing you guys with these stars in them. And the stars. Okay. And now, was that those images before with those men? Before? Because I told you he doesn't quite yet have these in his hand. Okay. So, but now he does. And now you have your sprouts here as well. I'm just saying, here's the flourishing here too, again, still wrapped around, you know. And again, same thing I was just showing you. It's got something to do with the caste system, and it got something to do with the fowl of the air. He's a very popular part of this. Okay. So very first could mean, and I'm just going to be honest, okay? It could mean very first, meaning before anyone came here, or it could be the very first that they will acknowledge. Let's put it like that, okay? That they will acknowledge now that they've got it where they want it. So now they want to acknowledge the fact that it's the first and tell these people that they the first, so that then these people can stand in the space of the real people that were the actual people that are first. But we know with this caste system, it has been sent around the nations in order to take the land and wealth from the original people and put it in the hand, divvy it up in the hands of the beast of the field or the owners. So meaning or belonging to the first age is from early 15th century. So again, what was happening in the fifth day? Let the waters teem together with the living creatures. Again, let the waters, meaning the foreigners, in all different shades, I think, team up with the living creatures that they blew the breath therein, meaning this might be the people that came from the waters but did not mix. Okay? Okay? They only wanted to mix with the creation that they had created once they lightened up the stock. Some of these people went right into the branch or into the tree, the old trees, meaning families of the people, the people that were here. Okay? So let the waters teem with the living creatures. Now the breath has been blown into them. Now let the waters teem with them, because they are not the original. They are a creature, is something that was created. So again, there you go. And let the birds fly above the earth in the open expanse of the sky. Again, I see things differently than other people. I'm not saying I'm special. I'm just expressing this to you guys because I think that it's okay to see things a little bit different and see what others think about it. Okay? So this looks like this to me. And then I have some ancient Egyptian stuff I want to show you guys that kind of shows something else about the waters and the waters. Okay? So God created the great sea of creatures, abundance amount of creatures, things that were created, and every living thing that moveth. And it's funny how then he's going to bring them to Adam, and Adam's going to give them names like Chinese or white or black or Native American or, you know, you see what I'm saying? Hispanic, like this. Okay? We're not talking about, oh, I think this looked like a goat. What do you think, Eve? This is not what we're talking about here. Not on this channel, we're not. Okay? So everything that moveth or moves. Okay? Are we talking about the creeping thing? So we already see what primitive is, right? Original ancestor, 1400s, meaning aboriginal person in a land visited by Europeans, uncivilized persons. You get where we're coming from here? I'm glad I caught that real quick. So, okay, so where were we going? Where were we going? Okay. Primitive. Okay. Okay. It was something very important I was going to say, but I totally forgot. Fill the earth and subdue it. What was I going to say about this image? Okay. The first, okay, let's just see. Can't remember, so forget it. Oh, I'm way off. I don't like that. Okay, of mankind at the close of the 15th century. Again, were we in the fifth day? Okay, so for the first time, okay, all this stuff right here we talked about. And then where did we go here? Though cruel, vindictive, suspicious, whatever, barbarous. Let's look up what barbarous is talking about. Oh. Oh. Okay. Oh, so we already kind of did one of the meanings that kind of said the same thing. Uncivilized. So the ones that's not civilized. So the ones that's not like this, upright, looking to be in the middle of this, you know, probably not really going to be talked about that much, like hidden, you know. Okay. So, type of European civilization. For the first time brought face to face with most advanced type of European, whatever, the contrast sufficiently. Okay, so barbarous, that's what we're talking about, ignorant, like we were talking about before, the ones that, strange, foreign, again, foreign, all foreigners, okay, barbarous, foreign, uncivilized, meaning Latin, 15th century, are we in the fifth day? Savagely cruel, brave, exhibiting courage and courageous endurance, splendid, bold, savage, crooked, okay, uncivilized or barbarous. Again, they went ahead and gave you citizenship, though, okay. Inhumane till 18, okay, uncultured, rude, okay. Also woolly. I was going to say holy, how they used to spell it with two L's and H. Also woolly, 1570, resembles or made of wool. From woolly, meaning barbarous, rude. Again, that's talking about your hair. The wild and woolly, 1884, applied to the U.S. western frontier, perhaps in reference to range steer, cowboys, or woolliness. Okay. So now we're going to go back to the thing, and we want to look at the fact that he was a warlike, okay, treacherous, and okay. Again, so who are they talking about? So found unbound. Okay, the counterbalance. These defects of the character were found in him: an unbound hospitality, a friendship. Okay, so in reference for the sages and heroes of his tribe. Again, who are we talking about? The heroes of the colored race. Let's go back and look. Because once you see it, you can't unsee it, and you just keep seeing it in different ways. So to counterbalance these defects of character, there was found in him an unbounded hospitality. So they didn't want those ones, I guess. They wanted the ones, the counterbalance, okay? Found in him unbound hospitality, just kind of like how they like Africans when they go to Africa. They don't mind going to Africa and visit for months and everything, stay for a long time, go amongst the tribes. They don't care about that. But they won't go to the hood. You see what I'm saying? So, and that's why they bring Africans over here and bring them through medical school and all this other stuff, and then place them into situations or positions where you could have been. But they will never go into the hood and start a free program or something where these so-called American Aborigines or black, so-called black people will be able to come up out of the hood and go right into something for free and be able to be lifted. You see what I'm saying? So again, this is kind of like saying the two differences, okay? And this is why the Afro-Eurasian are the same to me. There's just no, I know some of us are over there, okay? And I know some of them were over here. But again, I read several documents that said that that gene of that so-called African would have been watered down or washed out by now, okay? So a friendship vouched for with life itself and unfailing remembrance of kindness done him. So these guys were the ones that didn't have to go through the harsh work that you probably did. See, because they helped him, guide him over here in order to take your things. Okay. And then some people might say we might be talking about Moors. I'm not saying that that's what we're doing, but I'm just saying you do. I'm just giving a different group. Okay. Or like I said, the Frenchmen that may have looked like you that came here, or the so-called nobles. It's funny, we're about to talk about nobility. Okay. That came over here that you may think look one way, but they may have been looking another. Okay. Of the soul that held him firmly to his ideas of honor, filled with him. The freedsmen. See what I'm saying? See where I'm getting with this? For the sages and heroes of his tribe, and inspired him an ardent longing to emulate their renown. Marcus Garvey, these people. Okay. In his social and domestic life, kindness and self control were consistently manifest, wrangled and strife being unknown in Indian dwelling. Add to this a passionate love of liberty. Okay. Upright, maybe, and an ardent thirst for glory, which enabled him to endure famine, torture, and death. And we have a tolerable, accurate conception of the Indian in his normal condition, and as yet uncontaminated by contact with the debasing influence accompanying our border civilization. Okay. Okay. So we have read a lot here. Um, I've gone back and forth through history, through the Bible, through all these other things. Now it's time to go and see actually what I brought you guys here to see in the first place. If I can. Oh, this is really going to get on my nerves. Trying to hide it from me. Are you serious? So let's see. Let's look at a couple of things here. Let's see if we can stay on track a little bit here. Okay. Let's get this a little bit bigger. Okay, origin, the discovery of the American continent, having thus introduced a new and perplexing problem. Okay. To the learned world, opinions as its origin and people were various and discordant in the extreme. Turning to the scriptures, they found all mankind descendant from a single pair. Again, we can just go ahead and look real quick. Mankind. Because man had to come before the kind. Okay. So early 1300s. Let's see what was happening at the third day. Let the waters be gathered with, again, we don't even need to talk about this no more. So the dry land may appear. Again, let the waters be joined with the waters so that the dry land may appear. And it was so. God called the dry land earth, and the gathering of the waters he called seas. And God saw that it was good. Let the earth, aborigines, more than likely, inhabitants, bring forth vegetation or fruits, seed-bearing plants and fruit and trees of his kind. Again, we're not talking about trees. We're talking about people here, in my opinion. So again, now they found, turning to the scripture, that they all, found all mankind descends from a single pair. And mankind, again, we didn't start with mankind. Mankind wasn't there in the first day. You see, darkness and lightness was there. And God didn't like the darkness, so he wanted to bring light. You didn't get this until the third day. But then it says, God said, let there be an expanse between the waters to separate the waters from the waters. So again, we're talking about that pyramid scheme, the waters that are going to be above and the waters that are going to be down here with you. Okay. So God made the expanse and separated the waters beneath the waters and above, and it was so. Okay, he called the expanse sky. Again, We just seen that image. I showed it to you dozens of times. Okay. So this is what I mean by not knowing if they find that mankind, thinking that that includes you, but you're not. It's possibly that we just are the heathens, and that's just it. Okay. Then the question arose, might not the original pair have been American as well as Asiatic? Again, so what are they saying? Adam and Eve? I don't know. uh, or are we then, if we want to look at that biblical, and then the other aspect, are we talking about the earth being with the earth at this time? So, because in one of these, he's saying, let the earth come upon the earth. So if the aboriginals of one place and the aboriginals of another place came together, just like the waters and the waters here, there's one here that says something about the earth in the earth. Yeah, there's one here that's talking about the earth in the earth. Okay. So then, you know, from a single pair, and then that's that, am I not a brother, or don't we have the same father? What I'm talking about. Okay. Then the question arose, might not the original pair have been American as well? So just to be American, it doesn't mean that they had to be aboriginal, you see. And as well as Asiatic. Okay. The theory of the and you know what, let's just get this out of the way right now. Belonging to a characteristics of Asia. Native or inhabitant of Asia. Okay. Inhabitant of Asia, belonging to Mongolian, Mongoloid, Mongols, a native of Mongolia. A racial classification of Asiatic peoples, including Chinese, Japanese, blah, 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 blah. But at some point in time, Japanese were Negroid looking people, or darker view people, belonging to yellow skinned, straight haired type of mankind. Type of mankind. So again, and it also the key term that we're using here is a racial classification, or a native. Okay. Okay. So has been discussed greater length. Okay. So let's go ahead and down here to what, okay, well, yeah. So it's going to say the Jewish origin, now generally abandoned, has been discussed at a greater length, and Professor, whoever his name is, Swedish, found the northeast coast of Siberia, and thought to be connecting the link between the races of the two worlds, the Mongols of Asia and the Indians and Eskimos of America. Plants. Let's see. The theory of Asiatic origin, the most reasonable yet provided valid objection, is found in the absence of the horse and the other domestic animals, and also useful plants and cereals necessary to nomadic and pastoral peoples. So right now, the Aborigines of America, they said before, were not nomadic people. Okay. Mongoloid type, a yellowish brown complexion, black eyes and straight hair. Okay. The theory of autochthonic origin, the existence here of the old world ideas and customs, knowledge of the inhabitants. Okay. So let's just go back one. Uh-oh. Wait, it should, let me go back. Okay. So some of the Red River. Okay, so we had a Red Sea or river here. Examples: deformities are seldom met with. Their complexion is of a copper color, and their hair is black like that of all the natives of America. It is cut in various forms and fancy, according to the fancy in several tribes, and some is left long in length and flow in nature. Could we be talking about locks? Their complexion, okay, the Chippewa, but they selfish, okay, suspicious. Okay, so are these the ones that they were talking about that was suspicious and vagrant and Timor? See, I don't know. Their stature has nothing resembling in it, and though they are seldomly corpulent, they are sometimes robust. Their complexion is swarthy. Their features coarse. What features coarse? The hair? Wait, is swarthy. Their feature coarse and their hair lank, but not always in a dingy black. Mongol, slightly Mongolian, especially noticeable in the complexion and his eyes. In other groups, the family are two stocks. The Lapland includes the short, squat build and yellow-brown skin, straight hair, broad skull, inhabiting their country and many. Very little known about concerning them. The whatever also inhabit the valley. I don't know why I'm thinking Indus Valley of the river, whatever, and considerably the Rio Grande. They are a they are of dark complexion, peaceable in their habits, cultivate the ground and raise stock, and have many horses and mules, and sheep and goats and black cattle. Hmm. Now I'm just wondering if they made a black, when it says black and then dark complexion, they have black cattle. Hmm. Okay. So you can go further into this, but I think that's probably about it that I wanted to show for now. Let me see if we can find something about any other things that might stand out. Okay. Choctaw Male Academy of this person, of the Bloomfield Female Seminary, maybe, orphan school, exists status the Negro as among the Chickasaw. They are a large number of white intruders upon their lands. Tribe entered into the treaty in the United States in January. And I bet you if we find something on the 10th day in the first month, or maybe even this might be a different month with the Hebrew calendar, I bet you can find something about this. The first ceded their lands in Mississippi 1805, completed the cession at this place in 1832. This is 1 year after the removal. Okay, so according to their decision, if an Indian should murder, now we talk about something like this in the biblical aspect, if anybody should murder certain people, the law is satisfied with the value of the Negro being paid to the owner. So if an Indian should murder a Negro, the law is satisfied with the value of the Negro being paid to the owner. Now, the lapse of time, fleeing and murdering. Let's see. Unlawful killing of another human being. I'm wondering if this is still talking about by law or if we're actually talking about killing now. Secret killing of a person. I guess it is a secret. A mortal sin. I wonder what this more has to do with. Punishment, torment, misery. To rub away or harm. Okay, so again, to rub away or, okay, could we be talking about again, you know, or harm? To kill, to slay, to slew. And again, so are we talking about Cain and Abel? I don't know. Like some kind of thing like this. Spoil, bad execution. Okay. Manslaughter, murder, something. Okay. Okay. Mm-mm. Series devoted to the hair, made with a microscope. Browns of Philadelphia. 3 species of the hair. Excuse me, and the hairy something or wool of the human head, as shown Anglo-Saxon, Indian, and the Negro race. That's interesting. The hair is often being something with a dusky red clay. Remind me of those women of Chad that put that chibi stuff or whatever it's called in their hair. Let's see, moose, something hair, their hair, something. Females wear hair short and males wear it long. Custom wearing long hair reaches their waist. They put it up in twist and sometimes coil it around their heads. Okay.